Hi, I'm Anthony Hempell. I'm Director of User Experience for UX Guys. I've never heard us compared to the Mafia before, but it's true that they did give me an offer that I couldn't refuse in 2012, so that's why I joined them. So instead of the Mafia, sometimes we were lucky enough to have one of our clients bestow upon us the title of UX Ninjas, which for us is the absolute pinnacle of anything nice that could be said about us. For me personally, the only time I ever really feel like a ninja, sometimes I can be quite quiet, and I do wear a lot of black. I grew up in the 80s and listened to a lot of Kieran Smith, so I put on my black shirt today to look a little bit more like a ninja. But as user experience consultants and digital experts, we help our clients create great user experiences in the digital realm. So a lot of times we're working on websites, mobile applications, that kind of thing. So here's our logo soup slide of a lot of the companies that we've been working for. And Sarah and I used to work at an agency called Blast Radius in town about 5 years ago. And we've partnered up since then on various projects, and very happy to be working together. Spencer and Bloom and UX Guys have partnered on a number of projects over the past couple of years. And when we were getting together and talking about this presentation, we really found that there were a lot of similarities between a lot of the really great projects that we've worked on and some of the more challenging ones. And we started to think about, what were the similarities here and what were the themes that we were seeing, and could we all bring this together into one presentation? So being a former information architect, I can't get through a presentation without doing a Venn diagram. And I was so impressed that in the Disney presentation that they were able to do one that looked like a Mickey Mouse head. Amazing. I wish I'd thought of that. I wish I'd gone back and be able to redo my slides, but I can't. So these are the three kind of pillars and themes to our presentation that you're going to see kind of going through the threads. First one is the organizational mindset. So when we're dealing with a client, what is their way of doing business? And we really find that the more successful projects tend to be ones where we would call a startup-inspired entrepreneurialism. So these are people who are willing to take some risks, who are willing to think outside the box. We can sort of go through a whole bunch of cliches, but they're not satisfied with the status quo, and they're willing to push the boundaries, take risks, and take a chance. The other one are project methods, and what we've seen more and more of is that those big projects that have, big RFP at the front, they're going to last for 6, 12, 18 months, they end up not being as successful as they should. And the more successful projects tend to be ones that are ones where the problem has been broken down into pieces. There's still a strategy, but instead of having the sort of big behemoth that starts up and you find yourself somewhat off track after 12 months, you're going in sprints of weeks, and you're setting achievable goals, you're possibly failing, and then you're learning, and then you're building upon what you learned, and then you're pivoting a bit and changing your direction and finding your way through that journey to something that's actually going to be more successful and more easily doable. And then the last one is a customer and user focus. Really, organizationally, is the customer the focus? At Disney, that was what it was all about, right? So are the people who are using your product really the people that you are building for and that you have their needs in mind all the time? But doing all three of these is really, really difficult. And it is a journey. And if you look up journey on images.google.com, this is what comes up first. Don't stop believing. It's more this kind of journey. And we're going to take you on a little journey, and what we've noticed is that the more successful projects are the ones where those three pillars, there's a level of maturity in the organization, that those three pillars are things that they value and that they work towards every day. So this is the big slide, and again, I can't get through a presentation without doing a big chart. What I would call the evolution of the agile customer-centered organization. And I'll